We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to another Shade Selects on this lovely morning. I'm sorry for the delay. We've had some technical difficulties, but that's life. But anyways, I'm so excited to be here again for our second official episode of Shade Selects. I'm going to have, again, sports betting personality Nick Kostos on with me this evening. So we're going to bring him on in a few minutes. Again, this is going to be discussing basically Nick and I's W's and L's that we took this past week. We're then going to talk about all of the shoes that are going to be releasing this week, what we're going to go for, what we're going to pass on. I know that you guys are probably exhausted from dunks, but we are going to be talking dunks this evening. Lots and lots of dunks. So hopefully all of you had some good luck this past week and you can share all of your wins as well. Welcome in. It looks like we got a lot of you popping in. What's going on, Ricardo, Angela, Anthony, Godzilla Gaming? You guys are flying in. Again, apologies for the delay, but we are going to bring in Nick here soon. For those of you who do not know Nick Kostos, he is the host of You Better, You Bet. He's kind of a big deal. I'm humble bragging for you, Nick, but you would call it a brag. So in just a minute or so, we are going to bring him in. I'm just going to wait for you guys to just kind of stroll in and get you prepped and ready to basically watch Nick and I do some show and tell for all of you tonight. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to talk about all of our W's that we took last week and all of our L's that we also took because we're all human and it's just impossible really in the shoe game to win every single shoe. What's going on, 901 the gamer? According to JC, welcome in. We got Gabrielle in here tonight. Dan is in the house. Anthony, it's always good to see you in here. And Jonathan and Dylan, welcome back in. All right, everyone. So we are going to bring Nick Kostos in just here in a second. And he's going to introduce himself just for those of you who didn't get to meet him in our last Shade Selects. All right. Welcome in, Nick. It is so good to have you here again.
It's good to be here. I know you said in the intro for the wins and losses that we took this week, or in my instance, all the L's. It's just a lot of L's, man. It was just not fun. Like the confirmed app is my new least favorite thing, where it's like, I think by calling it confirmed, they want to make it seem like, oh, like it's confirmed, like you're getting the sneaker you want to get. I actually think they called it confirmed because it's like, it's confirmed that you will never get the sneaker that you want. And not only will you never get it, but we're confirming that you won't even be able to type your information in. The only thing that's confirmed is that you will get an error message when you log on Saturday morning to get the Yeezy 450s. That's what's confirmed is the error message. Otherwise, that was a real.
I got the same confirmations this past week. The Confirm app has not liked me since day one. As soon as they developed and came up with that app, I swear it's the devil. I'm like, I thought I hated sneakers, but I think I may have more hatred towards the Confirmed app at this point in time. I'm 0 for 0 on that app.
Well, it's like the usual suspects line. It's like the greatest lie the devil ever told was convincing the world he didn't exist. It's like the greatest lie the devil ever told was convincing people they could actually win sneakers on the Confirmed app, which was a huge lie. But yeah, great to be on with you again here, talking sneakers and streetwear and fashion and all that good stuff. You can check me out if you like. You're into sports and sports betting. You Better You Bet weekdays 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern on the radio.com app. In Los Angeles and in Denver on terrestrial radio. And we have our radio.com sports YouTube page as well. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at the Kostos, TheKostos. More sports stuff on Twitter. I got some fire fits, though, if I do say so myself, on Instagram, TheKostos. Great to be on with you, Marissa.
Well, it looks like Dylan is kind of agreeing with us on this Confirmed app. I'm glad that we're not alone out there in this world. It's not just the two of us. So, let's see here. Yep. A couple more people agreeing in here. I think that we should send a letter into the Confirmed app people. And
yeah, I'm sure that'll go well. You know what? We'll be confirmed. It won't be read. It won't be read by anyone. They'll throw it in the garbage because here's the secret. They don't care. Because if they
don't care about us little people, do they?
They don't care at all. Like it really is. It's disgusting what goes on. It is Botfest 2021. Everyone knows what the deal is. Like I follow a lot of people that are into sneakers. I saw one person take a W this weekend, and it was on the University Blues. I didn't see one person get the 450s. One person got the Jordans. It's like my winning percentage lifetime on sneakers. Like, forget about confirmed. I tried like for one pair on confirmed. On sneakers, I've tried for like, I don't know, 10 billion pairs of sneakers. My lifetime winning percentage, if you took it and multiplied it by 1 million, you know what it would be? Zero. I've never won. Never won.
Benny's in the house. Benny is asking, did anybody else hit on confirmed? Because I'm not seeing one person on here tonight that says that they hit on confirmed. Anyone? All right, it's trash. I think we should just move on. So let's talk about your W's this week, Kostos. What did you take as a win?
So, this week for me has been like, it's been a big, I'm getting ready for kind of like my spring, summer kind of wardrobe right now. So it's been less about sneakers for me. It's always about sneakers also and about shoes. And I got the pair of ILD Clark. So I actually got the Birkenstocks, the Kith Birkenstocks, and I'll show them off. But this has been about streetwear for me, about fashion for me, about getting my wardrobe set for the spring and the summer. So copped a bunch of items from the IMA collection that I can show off to people. I have a literal huge box here of crap that they shipped to me. I shouldn't say crap because it's great stuff. But actually,
quality stuff. It's pricey stuff too. So definitely got to show us how much you dropped on this collection.
Why don't we start with the Birkenstocks here? This is the Kith Birkenstock collab. I got this in the taupe colorway, which is kind of like a muted pink, like tannish, like great with neutrals. You can see here that like it's
those
got
look soft and fuzzy.
Side, obviously,
that's a homey shoe.
They are. The problem though, and like I haven't worn them for a long amount of time yet, but like they do not bend. This is a very hard shoe. Like if you hear me hitting it, like this does not move.
You need to break them in. Dylan Park says a little early for Birkenstocks. It's because he's breaking those in. He's got to get them ready for winter next year.
Well, it's not that, but it's like if I don't buy them now, like I'm not going to get them. So like I had to get them. So I'm going to rock these in the spring here.
Benny's going to rock them with you too. He's like, I'm all into the Birkenstocks. I love Birkenstocks. I was late into the Birkenstock fad, but I actually think they're one of the most comfortable shoes. When I lived in San Francisco, I didn't realize that's where they're located. And I would drive by their headquarters all the time. I'm like, what's up with this company Birkenstock? Maybe I should try it out one day. I'm a fan though.
One other Kith item I want to show, just because I think, and I kind of trashed them a little bit last week because I think their customer service is kind of suspect, but like I like their products. I kind of like the color palette that they roll with, whereas like ALD and Supreme are more like, I would say like primary colors. And I don't say that in a good or bad way, more of just like a statement of fact. Kith's color palette is pretty interesting where it's a bunch of like neutral-ish colors that kind of go with everything. So this is kind of my favorite of like their standard like colors that they have. This is like dusty mauve, which is like this like off pink, right? So it's
I like that color. That's a nice color.
So I love it. So I have this sweatshirt here, which got buttons on it, so it's pretty cool. With the Kith logo, which you can see somewhere.
Yeah, I like it because it's subtle. You don't have Kith all over yourself. You're not like flashing the Kith logo, which I feel like on some of their stuff, it's everywhere.
Yeah, so like the floral sweatsuit that I have of theirs has the Kith logo everywhere, but I thought I love floral stuff, so I was kind of really into it. But I have like a picture on my IG of this like tucked into the same color sweatpants with the white and gray Sakai's and like my beige off-white bubble jacket from there. So I actually think like this color goes with a lot of stuff. And so I'm a huge fan of
Chelsea's a big it looks like Chelsea says Kith always has the gray undertones. That they do. They're really just good with those kind of base neutral colors that pretty much just go with everything.
Yeah, and they're like all like stupid names like Dusty Mauve, like Plaster and like Monsoon and Thunder. It's like whatever. It's like gray or purple or whatever, but they got to give it these dumb names. So here's some IMA stuff. So this is like the floral, the botanical green crew neck.
I like that. That's nice and spring.
Oh, this is great. And like their crew necks, I think, are like second to none. They're outstanding.
You were saying something about the fits though, right? Didn't you say they run a little large?
So I think IMA's got amazing stuff, especially in the fall and the winter. So like the quality is great. So this is one of their shirts with like the floral A on it. This is like a beautiful yellow color t-shirt. Just so people know, like if I'm into more of like a tighter fit over the summer. This is like not really for that. So I would suggest with like your button downs from IMA, forget about crew necks. That's like kind of a separate category, like meant to be worn a little looser. But if you're looking for like a t-shirt, a short sleeve button down or a button down and you like a tighter fit, I would definitely go down at least one size, if not almost two sizes So like this is a medium. I'm like 5'7", like 155. This is a medium, and I fit medium in most shirts. I can like pull it out, and I have to roll the sleeves up. I got a tattoo on my right arm, and it's like I got the tattoo so people can see it. I want people to see it. So I have to roll the sleeves
so you want to roll it up. You want to show off that tat. That's good to know, though, because stuff on that site sells out so fast. So I feel like you're under so much pressure. It's like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. I know what I want to get, but, like, what size do I go with? What size do I get? So that's good information.
And I'll say this also, and like I've kind of like as I've gotten older, you kind of realize how important the stuff is, especially with COVID now, right? And I don't know if people out there in the comments if you agree, but with a lot of shopping being done online, and like when you go to the store, like a lot of places, they're not going to let you try stuff on, obviously, right? Because of COVID, like you kind of like got to know like what your sizing is. So I know now.
That's why I do sizing. I literally do sizing charts to try and help people just because things go so fast. And a lot of the time you can't even return it. You're not going to get your cash back, if anything, store credit if you're lucky. But most places, you know, they have no, you know, returns or exchanges, which it sucks. It leaves you kind of in a jam. Yes, Young Samurai, that is a Jordan 4 in the backdrop. You were right on that. But yeah, I mean, sizing is so essential. So thank you for giving that insight, because I'm still learning Ame's sizing, and I typically just go with an extra small or small.
I kind of think I need to, I'm going to send a bunch of stuff back and do an exchange. I actually went there over the weekend to try and I went into the store to try and figure I had to wait online because it's really popular. And
they were like, yeah, the Kith logo all over the place. You like Supreme. What do you think about this question here?
I would say that this is going to sound like it's insulting, but it's not meant to be. I was kind of really into that look when I was younger. I'm not as into it now. I'm willing to make an exception though on that like floral sweatsuit that I have that has the Kith logo on it, because it's like the logo kind of gets lost like in the flowers.
It kind of becomes like part of the design. I think it depends, Chelsea, for me personally, like how they're displaying the logo. If it's like in your face and it's, you know, super popping out there and it's kind of a look at me, I'm not too big of a fan, but I do like when they make it kind of a neutral tone and it blends in with whatever you're wearing. Good question. So what else did you get this week? Or should I bring out a couple shoes too to intermix in here?
I would say bring out some shoes because
I know this was one that you were looking forward to.
Yeah, I took a big time L on those, and like I think that and now that people are starting to show them off on Instagram, like I think it's such a beautiful shoe, and I am very jealous of you because I think they look even better.
This is my favorite part, honestly. It's the grocery bags that they have inside the tongue here.
Yeah, that is cool.
So cool. That's like literally my favorite part because I always forget bags when I'm going grocery shopping. So frustrating.
I'd like put my weed in there or something. That's what I would do at least.
Literally, that's what everybody's saying. It's like a great place to hide, you know, things you don't want people to find. So this actually, look how much space is in there. It literally, you have 2 wallets. Change wallet, one for your dollar bills, your credit cards.
I think that's so cool, and like I didn't even realize, like obviously, I'm sure you didn't either, like how big that is. I think that's an awesome feature of the sneaker.
Yeah, it's really cool. Definitely have to agree with you, Benny, on the minimal logos for sure. I think Kostos and I are kind of minimalist. I think we have to agree on certain things like that, and yeah, I think the options that you selected this week for clothing, that's going to be like the perfect fashion trend for spring. Let me see what else I can pull. Oh, we did talk about this one, the blazer ready-mades.
Yeah.
This was not your favorite.
Nah.
But it has been a like showstopper on the streets. I'm not going to lie. Like people are looking at my feet, and I think somebody actually asked if it was an off-white collab.
Yeah,
so it does kind of
because of the big swoosh,
right? It gives that kind of look. Yeah. It really gives that look. What's up, Mom? What's up, Auntie? Welcome in. Got the whole family in here tonight. Good to see you all in here. Again, just to recap, we've got Nick Kostos in the house tonight with us, and we just showed a couple sneakers right now that I popped for the week. These are some of my W's. I'm going to keep having to like stretch my arms out here because I have so many shoes. This is the one I know you were most excited about. We just put this video up too. Let me know, you guys, what were your thoughts on the Casablancas? This is their 3rd rendition, and I think this is probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah,
This is the 327. So this is definitely their sportier version. And then they came out with the 237 just to confuse us, right?
I kind of thought the 237s were better just looking at the pictures. Those are really cool though. Now that I've seen them, and like I said last week that I kind of think like green and pink is the GOAT colorway. So I mean,
especially for spring, it's the perfect spring colorway. I actually was waiting on Netta Porter to wait till these Casablanca pants kind of drop down in price because I don't want to drop $1,000 on them. But they have these dope green pants that I have to get so I can match them with these shoes. But this is the sleeker version. This is the newest of the silhouettes.
I like those better.
You like this one better?
I do.
I'm like, let me hold it correct. Yeah, it's just a sleeker look. And I feel like, you know, it's definitely better in a sense where they put the two massive ends on both sides. You don't get the end on both sides on that 327. And for some reason, they only gave you an extra lace option for the 237, but not the 327. So I'm not sure why that is. It's kind of unusual.
Are you going to go with green or white on those?
I think I like the green. It's just different.
I agree.
And I don't know. I always get my white laces dirty, so.
It does tend to happen.
Right? I mean, I guess you can't really help it.
But those are awesome. And like, I would like, even just like with this, I don't know, because the greens are a little different, but like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Maybe you could pull it off. I can't see like the green. I wonder how that would look in the light, but it's definitely
like
nice.
With that monogram, I feel, and I love the monogram, but I feel like you need to have a plain outfit.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a lot of pattern going on. Kinnear got both, but you might only keep one of the two. I agree. They're pretty similar, so I don't even know if I want to keep both either just because they're so similar. I do have a lot of the 327s, and in my opinion, I think it's just one of the most unique new silhouettes of last year. So I might need to just not keep that one and start the trend for the new 237 silhouette, but I haven't decided yet. I know you're most stoked about this one too here.
Yo, I gotta, you just it's like dubs all over the place.
This was one of my best weeks by far. I'm not gonna lie, but this actually really impressed me when I unboxed it. I mean, the quality is way higher quality than I expected it to be. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they look cool. The stars look awesome, kind of now that I see them up close. Yeah, and like,
you got your bling on the front.
Oh, I do kind of like that with the gold Supreme plating there. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, like I would never pay resale for them, but I wouldn't not wear them if I had them. So like I'm kind of jealous right now for sure. I'm sure a lot of other people are too.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in. For those of you who are just joining us again, we have a special guest with us tonight, Nick Kostos, and we are going through our W's and L's. I'm still not done. I know. I've got 2 more. I feel like this is the longest show and tell ever, but I promise I'm never this lucky. I'm never this lucky. Can't wait to get to our L's. So that'll be a fun discussion talking about like the crash of all these sites this week. But now that we're on the dunks, I want to show you these. Pretty basic, but I actually really love this color. Now that we're talking about neutral tones.
Like that goes with pretty much everything.
Pretty much everything, right?
It's a light blue, but it's not like a Carolina blue that limits it. Like that's, I don't know if it's like periwinkle. I don't know if I'm off on that, but like I feel like that goes
going on though. Do you see that? Like what is going on, Nike? Like why is my shoe all messed up? You never know. I think
that's a problem that people have with the Dunk Highs right now, like the new Dunk Highs. That kind of happens with them.
Yeah, like the leather is all messed up on the side, and it's fine on my other pair, but for some reason this one, it looks like it's already been damaged. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that, you know, because if I pull out this one, it's perfect. It's smooth. There's no ridges in the leather. So I don't know.
Beautiful shoe.
It's a beautiful shoe. Until you get one that has a minor injury to it that you can't fix.
Yeah, that is frustrating, but it's beautiful though.
Yeah, I'm a fan of this color. I have one more color to show. I know you guys thought I was done, but this is the last win. It just took weeks for it to get to me.
I love, by the way, that you casually threw in like the Supreme Dunks. It's like the second one. They were just like snuck in, like the most valuable pair. Like, oh, by the way,
that was the intermission.
Cool.
That was the intermission for you guys. I wanted you to have a little breather, you know, as we kind of narrow our way into the dunk session. This is a beautiful one. I don't know.
I have the off-whites. I have the off-whites of those. So, like,
so you understand. This is a beautiful color.
Yeah, I actually chose those, like the off-white ones with the orange laces on top of them, obviously, over the green pair, because I think that this is so, like, green and white, and like it's a cool sneaker. I think this one's actually even nicer. Like, I love this with the red and the gray and the white. I think it's a beautiful shoe.
Yeah, and I like, so I've got the football gray, which is, you know, more of a neutral tone, and now I have like a pop of color that I can add with my UNLVs to the wardrobe. I'm not sure I'm going to keep the hyper cobalt, though. I don't know. There's just something about the color that it's kind of losing me. Not quite sure how I feel.
Love those, though. I kind of want to go get mine and let's like put them next to each other, see how similar they look. Probably exactly alike.
They're probably exactly alike.
I probably paid a ton more because mine says off-white on the side with some orange laces.
So that was my W's for the week. I mean, it was a great week. I'm not going to lie. Like, this was one of my best weeks I think I've had. I'm hoping it continues for the rest of the year. We'll see. I'm actually going to be doing an unboxing on some new K-Swiss shoes. How do you feel about K-Swiss?
I think K-Swiss is pretty dope. And the fact that I think they're kind of like coming back in is very cool. And I think, you know, like Nike releases, whether you like it or dislike it, I think it needs to be said that Nike releases a lot of the same stuff. So I think that anytime we get something new into the marketplace or something updated, I think that it should be paid attention to, and I think that's pretty cool. What you
see this? This is a Girl Scout box, you guys. Can you believe this? K-Swiss came out with these dope Girl Scout cookie boxes, so I'm excited to do this unboxing. But literally, they match them to a T. But I'm just confused. They like, isn't this the Samoa cookie? They called it a coconut caramel.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the Samoas. I mean, listen, they're delicious no matter what you call
them. That's my favorite cookie by far. But they did a great job. I mean, I can't wait to show everybody how I style these. But look, they put the cookies inside there. Those are the shortbread cookies.
I kind of like that color combination a lot. It actually looks like one of like the Ronnie Feig like Asics. It looks like a color combination that he would come up with. I think that's a really cool color combo.
Right? They did a good job. I mean, it's kind of like they're all very different. This is the caramel Samoa one. So this definitely has even a different texture on it. Do you see the nubuck? It's almost like a fuzzy teddy bear.
I kind of really like the brown with the purple too.
Right? It's different. And then, of course, you've got the cookies in there. Makes me want to go eat Girl Scout cookies right now, actually. Every time I see these, I'm just like, do I have any cookies left?
Yeah, I'm a big cookie fan myself, so tough to disagree.
So let's talk about our L's. What are you most sour about? I know. I'm gonna say by far the 450s because I carded it, got the email, but I have not gotten a confirmation on shipping. And it's very unusual for me to not have received that email yet. So something tells me I didn't get them.
Well, I know for a fact that I didn't get them because every time I'm up early on Saturday, I'm excited, gonna go through the confirmed app, and I'm gonna cop this dope ass pair of Yeezys that I've been wanting for a while. I've been following like this pair for God knows how long through all the iterations, and now's the time to cop. And I wake up early in the morning and I'm ready to go. And I go onto the confirmed app and I'm ready to get them, and error message, and then I reset and I try again. And I get another error message. And it's 902, error message. 904, error message. 908, error message. 913, error message. At this point, like I want to take my phone and scream into it, error message, and then throw it into the I'm not going to curse, but the effing wall, and to watch it break into a million pieces. That was, I don't know if it was the single most frustrating experience I've had on a sneaker app, because sneakers is very frustrating, but that was really, really annoying. Like, that is probably the most annoyed I've been in quite some time trying to cop a pair of sneakers, because it's not even like with sneakers, at least it works. Like, I'll enter the draw and I never win. Like that, I'm kind of conditioned. This, right? I couldn't even get onto it.
Error messages are just the worst. And I mean, literally being stuck in the waiting room, I can't stand it. And literally my laptop was stuck in the waiting room the next day, still circling. Like, just give it a break. Shut it down. Let
Just
my
tell me I
computer
didn't get them.
rest. Exactly.
Tell me I didn't get them.
Let it go.
It's like, and I'm the idiot because like it's like 9:22 and I'm still refreshing. And they're gone at this point, right? There's no way that they're still there. They sold out so quickly. But I'm the idiot. It's like just like at least sneakers tells you like it's a quick and painless death with sneakers. Like
Right.
you know it's coming.
Quick and painless,
Boom,
you know
and you're
it.
dead.
Looks like Benny Bowser got the email, no shipping confirmation yet either. So I guess we're in the same boat here, Benny. Good luck to you. Fingers crossed that the Yeezy gods are going to help us out on this one, but I have no idea. It looks like everybody else was in the waiting room and had issues too. I literally feel like the servers were just fried too. I mean, so many people were trying to hop on it. They decided to, launch both on Yeezy Supply and Adidas.
It's not like they're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Not at all.
It's not like Adidas
they're
is
super
a
cheap. I mean,
company. Yeah.
They're not worth very much at all. It's like penny stock, basically, right?
It's crazy to me that like $1 billion company, like this is what they do. Like,
Chelsea was pending for 30 minutes on the UNC Jordans. So that was another tough one for everyone. I forgot to mention, I did win on sneakers for the Jordans, but in grade school sizing.
How you're like a living, breathing Lucky Charm. It's incredible. Like all these dumps.
You know what it is? I swear what happened is the moment I got put on Sneakers Check, it was like the gates just opened up for me. Nike Sneakers app had me closed off for so long. It was hating on me, and it was like, hey, Marissa, do you want to go on a couple dates? Like, here's a couple flowers. Let me take you to dinner all of a sudden. It loves me. But we had a moment where, Sneakers just wasn't my friend for like maybe 9 months, actually.
I'm so conditioned to just like paying a resale for shoes that I want. Like I need to talk to you like off air and find a better way here.
One day your luck is just going to change, and watch. You're just going to start copying everything. I feel like that's what happens. So
I hope so.
Knocking on wood that this luck just continues on, because we're only in March. It's crazy. So many shoes have released already, and it's like, what time of the year is it? It's only the beginning of March. My God. It's flying, though. It is flying.
Well, last year lasted about 700 years, so this one kind of feels like it's flying in by comparison for sure.
Yeah. All right. I know I wish I could pop out these lookbooks like it takes me a second, but one, I have to wait to get the shoes. Two, I got to style, then we got to film, then we got to edit. So I promise, according to JC, don't you worry, we will have the lookbook ready to go. I also am going to be receiving an adult pair, but that's going to be delayed. I tend to like to do adult and GS sizes, Kostos, just because the quality I've noticed on both of them are so dramatically different sometimes. So like if I were a smaller size and I had the option to go GS or adult, I would want to know prior to buying it, especially if I'm buying it resale, whether or not the quality is worth it. Just, in my opinion, I think a lot of GSs just are crappy quality.
Yeah, they can get away with it, right? Because it's like your kids.
Oh yeah,
who cares?
It's like a bootleg Nike on the back. I'm just like.
Yeah, meanwhile, you get those dunks, and you're like, oh my God, you see this little crease right here, and like a little kid's like, oh, I don't.
Oh, it's like completely damaged. It's like, why is my box bent up?
Well,
why didn't you put some bubble wrap in there?
As we get older, it's like all the fun is sucked out of life, whereas the kids still have the innocence of youth. We have lost that, long lost that, and now we bitch and moan about things like little creases in our sneakers, and I'm not criticizing. I do it more than anybody.
So, Chelsea, I gotta let you know, like the Hyper Cobalt lows in the GS, it was such crappy quality. The laces were different. The leather quality was different. It was almost like they made the GS pair out of plastic, and then they put some decent quality leather on the adult version. But like the laces were not the same material, and the stitching on the Nike on the back, the E was so far away from the K. Like, could we just move the E on the Nike in a little bit closer? Come on, Nike.
They don't care.
Yeah. They're just like, how many can we make? How many can we get through?
They're printing money. They don't care.
All right, so I think it's time. Let's get into the drops of the week, Kostos, and talk about, what our thoughts are on some shoes that are coming out. I'm going to pull up some of the photos and share my screen with everyone so that you guys can, see what we're talking about to make it easier. Let me just see here. So I was going to start with the Kobe's, but those got moved actually to the 15th, so we're not going to start there. just make sure this is on the screen. Can everybody see that?
See it.
All right, so what do you think about the Nike Dunk High Barely Greens?
I don't know, it's kind of imagine copying this sneaker because it has like the NBA All-Star logo on it. Like, I don't know, the colorway is kind of cool, but like to me, like the NBA logo, for me at least, kind of ruins it. Like, I kind of actually like the colorway, like a pretty decent amount. I like Barely Green. It kind of like has like the hyper spacey, like Yeezy 350 kind of feel, just in terms of like what the green looks like. And I kind of like that juxtaposed against the black with the white. So I don't mind the colorway. To me personally, like the NBA logo kills this for me. Like, I would never wear them because like the NBA doesn't pay me. It's like, why would I?
You want to get paid for promotion? How great would that be if you could get sponsorships by wearing them on your sneakers? I would be all for that.
Of course. So like, I like the colorway, but like for me, like that kind of kills the shoe for me. I don't mean to be a buzzkill, just being honest though. Like, I like the colorway. The NBA logo does nothing for me. It just detracts.
I love how holographic it is. Do you see, like, there's all these different crazy shapes going on, and it's definitely got a holographic look. So I feel like these would look really cool in different lights.
Well, yeah, it's kind of got like that like liquidy vibe, right? When you touch like liquid and it kind of like disperses a little bit. Like,
is that a lava lamp, Kostos?
Yeah,
a lava lamp going on in there.
Yeah, lava lamp would probably be a better analogy than the one I drew. So like, yeah, like I think it's cool, but like the NBA logo for me is kind of a killer. I don't know if people agree with that or disagree with that. And I'm a huge NBA fan. Like, I watch it every single night when there are games on. But I don't know. For me, that's kind of like, I would never wear it because of that.
Yeah, I don't mind this. And I like when there's not really suede on the front of the toe box too, just because it's easier to keep clean. I'm all about keeping shoes clean as much as I can. So suede kills me. Suede is a hard one to kill.
You gotta get you gotta get the suede. You gotta get suede cleaner. Like, they have like special suede cleaner that I've used for my suede sneakers.
They definitely. I've got that Revival X hookup. They do the best job at cleaning my shoes. So I just stick them in a bag and drop it off at their front door, and they hook it up and keep my kicks fresh. All right, so let's move on from this one and jump into our next shoe. So this is a women's exclusive. We've got a couple women's exclusives going on here, which is nice, at least for us ladies. But I know for guys out there, what's going on here? Bring it down. So what are you thinking about this one?
The Syracuse highs.
The Syracuse highs.
I love this. I love the colorway. I think it's so. I like the lows better. Obviously, like, this is a much better like price point for these because the resales, like they are for the Dunk lows. I prefer the Dunk lows, and like I said last week, like for me, like a high top sneaker for the summer when I'm wearing shorts is like not something that I'm kind of really into. Mm-hmm. But like for fall, this is definitely a sneaker that I would look to cop. And I said last week, and for guys out there, like the orange pearls, right? When we talk about those, these are like women's sneakers. I kind of don't care about that stuff. Like, just cop, a size and a half up. So if I'm a 10, like it'd be an 11 and a half in women's sizing. So I think these are beautiful. Like, for me, like the highs, not now, this time of year, but I think it's a gorgeous shoe. It's a classic colorway. I prefer the Dunk lows, but then you're paying like, I don't know, $300-400 more for those. But I really like these. So do you like them? The Syracuse Dunk highs?
I'm a fan. I do like a pop of, bright colors, especially since we're coming into the springtime. I think it's great. It's just kind of a matter of how am I going to style these? Like, what do I have in my wardrobe that is orange? All right, where were we, Nick? We were talking about the Syracuse Dunks. So my thoughts on that were just the fact that I love the bright pop of color. I think it's just one of those shoes, it's like, what do I have orange-wise in my wardrobe to match this with? But, I think it's a nice colorway to launch for the ladies. Definitely amazing that Nike has just been pumping out tons of women's exclusives, really representing. Sorry for the fellas out there who can't wear past, I think, what is it, a size 12 in women's?
Yeah, I would, I don't know, like, I feel like that orange color goes really great with blue. So, like, I feel like even if you wore, like, a white tee and blue jeans, like, with those sneakers, I feel like that's a great look. So, I feel like there's a lot that can be done with those. Yes. So you put that with some like more muted colors or neutral colors, and that orange is a nice pop. Like I said, I think I like the lows better, but the price point on the highs is obviously a lot more palatable, I think, for a lot of people who don't want to spend $700 on a pair of sneakers resale.
Right. So now I want to talk about the woman's black dunk. I don't even know if I need to bring that image up just because it's a black and white dunk low. So it's pretty classic. It's a woman's exclusive again. Obviously black and white I feel like goes with everything. I think I'm going to pass because I have these. This is just a little more unique in my opinion. And I also have the ambushes, which are pretty dope, and it's different. It's black and white, but you know, it's got that extension of the swoosh coming off the back of it. And it just, you know, it's not just a plain black and white shoe.
Those are cooler for sure than the lows, than the black and whites. Like if it were like me, like the next black and white sneaker I get once I just pulled the trigger on it will be the Sacai Vapor, the waffles, like the ones that just came out.
The ones that just came out. Do you like those more than the OGs though?
I actually saw someone for the first time this weekend. I saw them on feet, like actually saw someone wearing them, and I was like my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my god, like
I have to have those.
I don't know if I like them because like these are like
those are my favorite. Those are by far my favorite.
I think these are better. Like the originals are better, but the vapor waffles, whatever the hell they're called, are pretty fire also. And the black and white pair is so sweet that I feel like I need to own that.
It goes with everything.
Like that's my next black and white. Yes, that's my next
black and white.
It
goes with absolutely everything. So this next shoe, I'm actually pretty excited about. It's the collab with Undercover and Overbreak with Nike. It's pretty out there. I don't know if you like Undercover as a designer. He creates some pretty cool shoes. I mean, I have a few currently.
Is that Jun Takahashi?
Yeah.
That's the guy, right? Yes.
I want to bring this image up, but my internet is just tripping out, and I don't want it to trip our live again. But this is a cool shoe. It's got like this crazy midsole. It kind of almost looks like a rock climbing shoe of some kind. Not quite sure what's going on there. But this is my favorite Undercover shoe that I have so far. I love this shoe so much.
I think it's really slept on. I think it's gorgeous. I've seen it on feet, and I think it looks beautiful. So I think you're like ahead of the curve with those. Like I really think that people slept on those, and it's unfortunate because they're awesome. I actually think this might be the most underrated release of the year. I think they're awesome, and I love the rose on them. That's got like the hint of red and the green on the stem.
It's like subtle.
Yes, but it's subtle, but it's also out there. But it's like, yeah, I think it's like, maybe I'm not using this word. I think this is the word I want to use. I think they're like elegant.
Yes, they are elegant. I don't know. It's different. I haven't really seen a silhouette like it, and I always like when they do come up with these like crazy different combinations where they're creating these weird molds. Honestly, we saw it with this one. Look at the molding on that. It's kind of similar. I feel like they definitely did something with a crazy mold to get that midsole.
Yeah. I think the midsole is like, I think I'm going to comp that sneaker. Like, and I love like the sail colorway just generally, I always think is a really strong color. So it's neutral, but then you have the midsole, which is crazy. And I think like the rose on, again, not to keep going back to like the rose on it, but I think for me, like ties the entire
You
thing
like
together.
flowers. You like flowers on your clothing.
Well, I'm a big, like, I don't know, like I love plants and flowers. Like I love that about like spring and summer. I don't know, like I kind of like really dig that stuff. Like I'm going to end up getting the community garden dunks at some point because I love those. But I don't know, like I just think like it's great like spring and summer colors, right? That green, that red with the sail. Like
they also have it coming in a black colorway, but I think that the cream color is just way more fresh.
I don't like the black as much, like the black and the gray. Like it's still cool. And then you have the one with gold as well, which I don't really like gold, like much gold on stuff because I think it's hard to style. So for me, just like the plain pair is the one that I would choose. But I think this is a really cool sneaker. Like I actually may end up getting it like this week.
Yeah, I love it. So Chelsea's asking, is there a difference between the men's and women's dunks dropping this week? I don't know if you're talking about like the coloring scheme, but just as far as sizing goes, Chelsea, that's kind of the main difference between, you know, the two. When they say it's a woman's exclusive, it doesn't really go as high up for men's sizing. So that is pretty much the only difference I see with the drops coming out. All right, so next on the list, more dunks. We already talked about this actually last week, but they pushed it back, and that's the SB Dunk High Carpet Company Royal Pulses, which I think are really cool. I think they're just going to be incredibly hard to cop.
Yeah, they're fire. Like, love the colorway. I think you kind of nailed it. They're going to be incredibly hard to cop.
You can pay $20 to join the raffle at the Carpet Company, but I didn't want to throw down $20. Just to take that out.
What I could also do, I could also flush $20 down the toilet.
Exactly. That's what it kind of feels like.
And it'd be quicker.
Right?
For me, like a sneaker like that with the resale that you're going to have to deal with and the crap you're going to have to deal with, like, you can get like a similar colorway and like not have to deal with the hassle. That's just me though. And people may not like that. People may be like, oh, well, I love those. And God bless you. More power to you. That's just me.
So for the blazers, John, how do they feel on feet? I will say that blazers are pretty narrow. I don't know if you've noticed this, Kostos, on the blazer fit. I feel like they're really great for people with narrow feet, but if you have wider feet, I don't know how comfortable these will be.
Yeah, I have a narrow foot, so for me, like, it's always been cool. I don't really have that issue. But yes, and you can even see it like when you're holding it up, that is a very narrow toe.
But they're comfy. I mean, no complaints. I don't think it's the comfiest shoe in my opinion, but it definitely suits me just because I have super narrow feet. But definitely it's going to depend on your foot shape and size. All right. So now let's talk about some St. Patrick's Day shoes. This is pretty exciting. I don't know. I feel like getting festive after seeing these two shoes. They're launching a St. Patrick's Day Air Max 90 silhouette as also an Air Force One St. Patrick's Day silhouette. But it's kind of cool. It's got the shamrocks on the side, different shades of green.
I think they kind of like, if we're going to compare them to the Valentine's Day, I think this this is so much better than those. And I don't know if you agree. I like the Air Maxes better than the Air Force Ones. I actually think it's a great like spring summer like color palette with like you have a little bit of neon, almost like a tennis green with the darker green and the white. I think it's an awesome shoe. I like it a lot, and I prefer the Air Max.
Are you Irish? Are you Irish, Kostos? Is this why you may be slightly biased?
Come on, my name's Nick Kostos. I have an olive complexion, although I have dated Irish girls, but no.
I'm Irish. I'm Irish and I'm Scottish.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
You got some good stuff going on. So
I got the luck of the Irish going on, so maybe I'll have that this week and we'll be able to cop a pair. I personally...
You like them?
I love Air Max 90s. Since the beginning of my shoe collecting days, Air Max 90 has always been, you know, kind of my top priority shoe just because it fits my foot so well and they're so comfortable. I think I'm probably going to go for
which
that.
I like.
Yeah, they add a couple inches. I want to be 6 feet sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes I want to be 5'10". So like for me, like I'm all about it. Give me those.
Right? I'm just like, you know, you want a couple extra inches? Why not just throw on a pair of Air Max 90s and call it a day? But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad also that they're launching them before St. Patrick's Day and they're not doing a Valentine's Day on us and launching them after the holiday. Give us a chance to wear some green, Nike. Come on.
See,
I just don't want to be pinched.
Agree with this. I don't know if you agree with this, but I feel like the Valentine's Day shoes, like you would look at those and like you would think that's a Valentine's Day themed sneaker. Whereas I think you would look at like the Air Max 90 version of the St. Patrick's Day and like if you look closely and you see the shamrocks, then sure, right? Then it's like, okay, it's the St. Patrick's Day theme. But if you just saw them from afar, I think they just look like a super cool like green and white colorway. Like they're not just limited, I feel like, to the holiday. Now the shamrocks, like I said, if you're looking up close at them and you see them, then okay, St. Patrick's Day. But I think that's kind of a differentiator for me as well. Whereas the Valentine's Day ones, I feel like don't exist without kind of looking at them and thinking that. Whereas the Air Max 90s, like the St. Patrick's Day, I think kind of exist without the St. Patrick's branding, if that makes sense. Like they can kind of exist on their own.
Yeah. All right, Dylan. I'm glad that you agree with me on the Air Max 90s on this one. Hate being the only one that loves the Air Max 90s, but it's one of my favorite silhouettes. All right, so we are moving on to our last day of the week, our Saturday drops, which I feel like that's kind of the roughest day. That's when I take my most out. Most of my L's are on Saturdays.
Yeah, and I was hungover on Saturday, so like it was no fun getting up to take L's after the night of a couple of drinks.
Right. So we've got the Jordan 1 High OG Patinas. What are your thoughts on that one? It's kind of out there with the brown hues going on. I don't know if they're trying to mimic a mocha, but upgrade it a little bit.
I think like the quality looks pretty cool on them. I don't like hate the colorway.
It's gonna go with a lot. It's definitely gonna go with a lot.
Do you feel like I don't know? Like I don't like Jordan 1s. And I feel like
I forget that you hate.
But that probably,
1s.
but I feel like that probably like it's like annoying to people. I'm just being self-aware. Like I feel like everyone
one of the most
them.
popular silhouettes. Yeah, you know.
Like they're like it's not for me, but like I really like the colorway. The resale on them is crazy. They're going to be super valuable. I'm not shitting on them. I'm not saying people can't like them. Just for me, like I would not wear them. And maybe people are like, well, fuck this guy, and that may be the case. But I mean, that's just me being honest.
Yeah, the colorway, I'm going to have to agree with Manal. He's saying the colorway is confusing. It's a little confusing. I don't know. I like the brown tones in there, but there's just something off about this one.
Well, black, gray, and brown is like it's like a weird color palette.
Yeah.
Like it's not terrible. Like, what are you wearing with that?
Exactly. Like I don't know. I think I may not go for this one. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see if it grows on me, but looking at the pictures, it's just not really exciting me like I want to be excited. And now we have another Yeezy, but I think we're just both salty, Kostos, because we didn't get the 450. So,
well, can I ask you this before we get to the Yeezy? If you had a choice, price doesn't matter in a vacuum between the Undercovers or the Patinas, which do you choose?
Oh, for sure, the Undercovers.
Not even close, right?
Not even close. Not even a question. I mean, I love Undercover in general, you know, so I got to stand by my designers that do great collabs with
Shit,
Nike.
I'm getting those. I might get them like when we're done tonight. I'm ordering those. Like,
You're just going to buy them. You're like, resale. I can't even wait till the 11th for these to drop. I'm just going to buy them right
the
now.
resale's not even crazy right now. I'm serious. I may just buy them right now. Like, I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my luck on sneakers. We'll see if this luck continues on this week. But no, I think it's just a unique collab. I've been waiting for more Undercovers. Honestly, like this was the last shoe I bought from Undercover, and I've just kind of been waiting for them to do something with Nike. And this is just so different from that collab. I love designers that just like literally completely recreate and completely go in a different direction with different silhouettes and designs where you don't really even know what to expect from them. Like that's not something I would have expected from Undercover, but I like it. I really like it.
Can I bring up a comment that someone just made in the chat?
Yes.
Dylan, and I'm pretty sure that he's referencing the Patinas in terms of like how to style them with black jeans. And like, of course, like you could wear all black. And then as long as like your sneakers, even if they don't have black in them, but especially if the black, like it's going to look good, it's going to work. I don't know. Like for me, like I'm not hating on the style. I went through like a long period where all I wore is black. I like to like mix up my colors a little bit though. So like for me, like not necessarily great, but just to answer the question, hell yeah. Like you put like a black jeans on with the patinas and like a white shirt or like something neutral to go with the gray or the brown. Like, yeah, you can definitely pull that off. But I like to have a little more color, a little more spice in my life. No hating on the all black. I'm wearing black right now.
Dylan's shocked at you because don't like Jordan 1s. That is the expression people are internalizing right now, Kostos, but it's okay. We like to have the dual side conversation, you guys. This is great.
Yeah.
So last but not least, the Yeezy 700 V2 creams. It's a subtle color.
Awesome.
It's a subtle color for you. I know you're going to love this. I think
they're awesome. I don't know. Like, okay, so whether it's like these or like the New Balance Nimbus Clouds, the 992s, or like the 700 V1 analogs, I just feel like this color palette, like on a shoe, like white, cream, gray, is like essential for everyone to have at least one pair of, like one shoe like this in your wardrobe. Because it goes with everything.
With absolutely everything.
Like, I just think it's such like a clean, pristine, classic colorway. I like this. I actually am more of a fan of the 700 V1s than the V2s. I think these are so cool, and I know
they're
like
so
the statics are going to be. right?
I love the 700s. They're so comfortable in my opinion.
And my analogs are beat to hell because I've worn them so much that I am definitely going to try and cop these. But like, it's like the 992, like the Nimbus Clouds, like kind of like the same exact color palette, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like a consolation prize for you, Kostos. If you couldn't cop them last week,
yeah,
here's your second prize.
I love them, and I don't know if like I'm like, I think people can like tell like what kind of like my taste is in shoes. I don't know if you agree. Like you think like these are as good as I think they are. I think best Yeezy release, like non 450, like non slide, non foam runner, probably the release I'm most excited about in quite some time for Yeezy brands.
I've been waiting for some 700s to come out, honestly. I've been looking to kind of add some different colors to my collection, so I'm excited to see just this simple, crisp color because it's just going to, be able to go with everything. We have a New Balance Goated here. You have 2 New Balance fans in the house right now wandering, geez.
We got some. I got 2 literally right here. We got these, the colorist.
I love me some New Balance. I can't hate on the quality, the comfort. I mean, that's my go-to shoe.
Love New Balances.
I love those.
I got to get you on some more Asics.
That is another shoe I want to talk about actually that's coming out, and that's the Sean Witherspoons, but they're not Asics. It's the Adidas collab that he's got going on. I love my Asics because it's so cool and different. I love the collabs he's done with Nike, but this Adidas collab, it's out there. This shoe is so crazy. I mean, there's different patterns and strings and plaids and suedes and things like that. And I think I may have to pass on one of his shoes for the first time.
Like, I think he's an artist, and round 2 is obviously really cool. And the Air Max 197s are, I think, like an iconic, like Grail type shoe.
Oh yeah,
I've got
the Air Max 97s. Everybody, that was when he won the competition.
Yep.
The Nike Have a Nice Day. He won that, right, and well deserved by far. But
yes.
I loved the Asics collab. I have his actual last Adidas collab where he's got kind of the yarn flowers on the side of the Superstars.
I think those suck. I don't know. I think like I would. I don't know. Like I would never wear those.
I don't see you wearing those. And you like flowers, so I'm like, wow, Kostos, you don't like this?
No, I like.
You don't like these flowers?
It's not for me. It's not for me. And like this sneaker, like he's an artist. I respect the art behind it. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It doesn't mean it can't be good for someone else. I kind of think they're garbage, but that's just me. Like I'm not trying to like tell someone else how to think, but like I would never wear those. Like I've got the Asics. I've got his Asics. Like I like him.
My most show-stopping shoe of last year were those Asics that he did the collab with. People just look at me and they're like, "Are those 2 different shoes?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, that kind of annoys me. Comments like that, like, "Oh, like did you put 2 different shoes on?" It's like, do you see how I dressed? Do you think I did this? It was an accident, idiot.
Mm-hmm. Why are the Sean Witherspoon Air Max so hyped? Chelsea, I think it's because that was kind of...
Have you seen them? Have you seen them? Because they're awesome.
I mean,
they look sick.
They're pretty cool. But also, it was like kind of him for the first time coming into the sneaker realm as a designer because he actually just signed up to be a part of that competition. He won. And next thing you know, like, he's on the map now, with doing collaborations left and right. It really kind of just set the stage for him. Let's see. I'm going to show the Asics while I have them just so people can see what we're talking about too. These are actually detachable patches, everybody.
Yeah.
They're so sweet. Cool. And they have different colors for the tiger stripes.
And depending on what outfit I wear, I change them every single time.
They're so cool. And I mean, he just does such a good job with the corduroy material. I feel like that's kind of what really set the stage for him because I don't know any designers or collabs where they were doing corduroy on shoes, to be honest.
Yeah. And I love corduroy in general, so I think it's such a great idea. And like, you know what it kind of does for me? Like, it makes it a year-round shoe where like some sneakers, like I said, like are like more of a summer colorway. And like I think the bright colors there would make people think, okay, this is maybe wear it in warm weather. But I think the corduroy aesthetic kind of lends it to like all-round wear, which I think kind of like elevates the shoe to another level. I've got them also. They're just in the other room.
And yeah, these are just showstoppers. People stop me all the time on the street and they're like, whoa, where'd you get those? What are those? Looks like people in the chat agree as well. People are loving these shoes too. So yeah, definitely one of my top 20s in my video last year that I did. These are just, they're so unique. They're so different, but I'm going to have to pass on these ZXs that he's coming out with because those are just, ugh, I don't know.
It's a shame because like I've got a pair of ZXs. Like I would bust, they're literally under my girlfriend's like anal about like me keeping all my sneakers out. So I have a bunch of them like under a bed in like a plastic.
Gotta text her. We're like, hey, bring over this shoe. Bring over this shoe.
No, I want to go because like I like this. I have the ZX 4000s. I forget like what the exact colorway is called. Like I kind of like that silhouette, and I'm disappointed in this shoe because I feel like it's just. I don't know. I'm sure he had some kind of like artistic vision behind it. So like, I'm not shitting on him, but like, it just feels like you like eat a bunch of materials in different colors and different textures or whatever, and then vomit it on the silhouette. And that's what this is. That's what it feels like to me.
I definitely feel like all of his Adidas collabs he's done so far are probably my least favorite of the mix that he's done with Adidas and with Nike. And also I feel like they did the A through Z collabs for that specific ZX silhouette series. So I feel like they were just pumping them out left and right just to get as many colors and options as they possibly could. So I feel like they went to Sean and they were like, hey, we need this out, you know, like tomorrow. Can you design this for us?
Yeah, and then he gave you like some bullshit with fucking like 5 different textures on it. It was like, oh, here we go.
Exactly. He's like, I got you guys. I mean, I saw him do it with he did it on a t-shirt actually. And what brand was that? He was like showing kind of how, you know, he creates and designs t-shirts, and it was really cool. He just slapped a bunch of patches and was like, whoa, I want to buy that shirt, please.
See this? This is the pair I have, the ZX.
Ah, I like that.
And you see my crack screen as well. But yeah,
I was going to say, did you drop your phone, Kostos, or what?
A while ago.
Couple times?
It's funny because like, well, I'll
cutting your
pay
fingers
like
from that.
I'll pay like an insane amount of money on resale, but then like I won't get my phone fixed, which is weird. But yeah, I love this silhouette. Like I have these sneakers, they're great, they're comfortable. Like, and I'm just disappointed that like that's what he came out with.
Right. Good night, Godzilla Gaming. He's got to go to bed for school tomorrow. Sorry I didn't answer all your questions about Godzilla and Kong. Turns out that the movie has been postponed to a later date, unfortunately. So for all of you Godzilla Kong fans out there, I'm sorry. We're going to have to wait longer for that to come out. I've got those ZXs. Roller Jam and Jess. Which ZXs do you have, Roller Jam and Jess? Are you talking about the Sean Witherspoon ones that we're talking about, or other ones? I'm not quite sure. Coming to America. I have not seen Coming to America 2 yet. Have you seen it, Kostos?
I feel like it's going to bum me out. I'm going to watch it at some point, but like Coming to America 1 is such like a perfect
movie. It was
movie,
so good. They waited so long to come out with a second one. I've been wanting a second one for years. So
People I respect have been like, look, it's obviously not as good as the first one, but it's still funny. Like, I'm sure it's funny, right? Like, how could it not be funny? Like, Eddie Murphy's hilarious, Arsenio Hall's hilarious.
Arsenio Hall. I mean, the two of them together. Oh, such a classic. All right, so I think we should just go through our top picks for this week. What are at the top of your list? I mean, I kind of know, but for those of you who are new in here, we're going to just kind of go through our top picks of the week and conclude with that for the night.
Well, I'll give you 3. 2 we talked about already. The Yeezy 700 V2 creams, I think, are absolute fire. I love those. I love the undercovers in the sail colorway, which is the plainest of the 3 colorways.
Mm-hmm.
And there we didn't discuss the orange pearl dunks.
Oh yes, the orange pearl dunks, which is weird because they're not quite orange. It's more of a pink colorway.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's both bright and kind of neutral at the same time. It kind of like straddles the line.
It's interesting.
It's a women's exclusive. Well, I don't care. I'll just cop it in, my size. It's whatever. Those are the 3 that I like the most for this week. And if I had to pick one, I don't know. It would have to be between the 700 V2 creams or the undercovers. I'm not sure yet, honestly. I love them both.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you on those picks, but I kind of want that Air Max 90 St. Patrick's Day as well.
Those are great too. Those are great also.
It's different. Yeah. It's festive. I feel like I need to do a St. Patrick's Day special episode as well.
You're Irish too. Like you got a great reason for it.
Exactly. I don't want to get pinched, you know. Not a fan of being pinched on St. Patrick's Day, so I need to get those shoes. Hopefully I'll have the luck of the Irish that day on the Sneakers app. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
You've had a lot of luck. God willing, it'll continue.
I know. It's because I'm Irish, I think. Maybe that's what it is this whole time. Been thinking it was something else, but it's just the fact that I have Irish in me.
Love it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Shade Selects this Monday. Sorry for all the technical difficulties that we experienced earlier. My computer got a little tired on us. I don't know what's going on with that. Chelsea saying that, by the way, it was weird to see Arsenio and Eddie Murphy old. Wasn't that great? So I don't know if I want to watch it now. I don't know if I want to ruin it for myself. I think I just want to keep Coming to America 1 in my mind and not 2.
I don't blame you.
Right. But again, everybody, we are going to be doing Shade Selects every Monday, except next Monday because I will be out of town. But we are actually going to be bringing on some more special guests in the coming future. So I'm excited to announce who those guests will be. But Kostos and I will be hosting them and continuing on this fun weekly select preview of, you know, what we're most excited about, as well as talking about our wins and losses for the previous week. So thank you again, Kostos, for joining us. So good to have you on, getting your opinions. Loving your opposite opinions too. I know you may hate, you know, Jordan 1s, but it's good to see the other side and the other spectrum from other people, you know, who aren't in love with the same shoes.
Yeah. I kind of, hate the Jordans. I'm just going to always tell you what I think. People may not like it or dislike what I always say. Just because I like something doesn't make it good, and just because you don't like something doesn't make it bad. This is kind of how it is.
Exactly. That's the great part about sneakers, right? You love or hate something, but we all have different opinions on what shoes we want to cop, which ones we want to pass on. So at the end of the day, it's up to what you want personally. You don't want to choose.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope that everybody has a wonderful Monday night and a great rest of their week. We are going to sign off now.